In this video, we shall continue with the topic transfer of heat. So for this, let's take an example. You might have observed that a frying pan becomes hot when kept in a flame. It is because the heat passes from the flame to the utensil. When the pan is removed from the fire, it slowly cools down. So, in this example, suppose we are taking a frying pan, and if we are heating the pan, okay, if this is the flame and this is the frying pan, okay, so the flame is what? It is hot. Yes, the flame is hot, and the heat will get transferred from the flame to the pan. Okay, it will get transferred to the pan. So here we can see that the heat is getting transferred from hotter object to colder object. This was cool, yes, and this flame is what? It is hot. The heat is getting transferred from hotter object to cooler object. Again, now suppose if we are removing the pan from the fire, okay, now we are taking it out, okay, now there is no more fire, but this pan is what? It is already heated, so it is what? Hot. It is hot, and this pan it will get cool. Why? Because this heat from this hot pan, it will come to the surrounding, and this surrounding is what? It is cool. So the heat again, it will get transferred from hot pan to the cool surrounding. Okay, so in this both cases we can see that the heat flows from a hotter object to a colder object. Okay, so the transfer of heat will always take place from hotter object to a colder object. Again, let's take another example. Suppose we are taking a metal rod, okay, if this is a metal rod, strip of metal rod, and we are taking two bricks. These are what? These are brick, okay, and also we are taking one candle where there is a flame. Okay, so we are placing this iron strip, this metal strip, in such a way that the two brick is holding it, and in one end we are giving the flame, okay, heat. That means this flame is what? It is hot. Yes, it is heated. So now the heat, when we are giving a fire at this end will get heated. Yes, and slowly this heat will pass through this way. Yes, it will pass through this way, and then finally it will get all heated. Okay, so from here again we can see that the heat is flowing from where? From hotter object to the colder object. This is hot and this was cool. Now heat is again getting transferred from hotter object to the colder object. Okay, so the process, now let's see the process by which heat is transferred from hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as conduction. Okay, so the transfer of heat from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is called conduction. Remember this, it is very important. Okay, it is very important. In solid, the heat is transferred by the process of conduction. Okay, so remember this. The materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are called conductors of heat. For example, aluminium, iron and copper. So all these aluminium, iron and copper are what? They are metal, and they are what? Conductors of heat, because they allow heat to pass through them. Okay, and the materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are poor conductors. Now the materials which will not allow heat to pass through them are called poor conductors. Okay, poor conductors of heat. For example is what? Plastic, wood, etc. Okay, plastic and wood are what? They are poor conductors because they do not allow heat to pass through them. And these poor conductors are also known as what? Insulators. These are known as insulators. Insulators means what? They do not allow heat to pass through them, and they are what? Poor conductor of heat. Okay, the water and air are poor conductors of heat. Then how does the heat transfer take place in these substances? Now see, we say that this water and air are what? They are very poor conductor of heat. They cannot conduct heat. Okay, but we know that the heat transfer take place in these substances. Yes, even though they are poor conductors, but the water and even the air, there will be what? In them there will be transfer of heat. So how it is taking place? Okay, let's see. So in water and air, the transfer of heat will take place by different process. Okay, it is not by conduction. Okay, now let's see how the heat gets transferred in water and air. If water and air are poor conductors of heat, okay, how the heat is getting transferred through water and air? Let's see. For this, an activity is given, that is activity 4.8. So let's discuss this activity in short. Okay, so for this we need to take one round bottom flask. This is called round bottom flask, and also we need to take one burner. Okay, this is the burner and this is the flame of the burner. Okay, and in the round bottom flask we also need to take water. Okay, so from this diagram we can see that this flame is in contact with this portion of the flask. Yes, so the heat will get transferred from the flame to this portion first, and this portion will get heated first. Okay, it will become hot, and this hot water, it will rise up. Okay, it will rise up, and the water in the side, okay, they will be colder in comparison to the water which is here. Okay, they will be colder. So if the hot water is rising up, this colder water which is in the side, they will come down. Okay, they will move down. Understood? Hot water will go up and the cold water will move down from here. Okay, so in this way the movement of hot and the cold, okay, that means the movement of heat, the transfer of heat will take place in water. So this process is known as convection. Okay, this process is known as convection. So in the process of convection, how the heat will get transferred? The heat will get transferred in what way? That is, the hot water, it will rise up, and the cold water from the side, they will come down. And then what? Again this cold water will get heated here because there is a flame here. Okay, again this hot will go. Again, if there is colder water, they will come down. Again they will get heated. Again it will go up. In this way the process of transfer of heat will take place in water. Okay, so this is known as what? Convection. In the same way, the heat is also getting transferred in the air by the process of convection. So here also what happens? The air will get heated if there is a heat source, and the hot air, it will rise up, and the cold air from the side, they will come and take its place. Because hot air is what? It is going up, it is getting empty, this place is getting empty. So cold air will come down and it will take its place. Again it will get heated, it will go up. Again the cold air from other places, it will come and it will again take place. So in this way the heat is again getting transferred in the air. Okay, so for this, let's see sea breeze and land breeze. Okay, let's see sea breeze and land breeze. What is sea breeze and what is land breeze? So here in sea breeze and land breeze, there is what? Transfer of heat, okay, between air and water. Let's see. So in the sea breeze, especially people living in coastal areas. Coastal areas means what? People, those who are living near the oceans, near the sea, okay, huge water bodies. If they are living there, what happens? During the daytime, during daytime, what happens? The land, if this is the sea, okay, if this is the sea, okay, and if this is the land, okay, the land, it gets heated first during the daytime, then the water. Sea is what? It is water. So land will get heated first and the sea will be cold in comparison to the land. So if the land is getting heated, the hot air, it will rise up, okay, and the cold air from the nearby places, cold air from the sea, it will come to the land. Okay, let's see again. If this is the land and if this is the sea, And when it is during the daytime, the hot air will go up and the cold air from the sea it will come to the land. Again this hot air it will go up, again the cold air will come to the land. Okay, so what is coming to the land? The cold air is coming from the sea. Yes, so that is why when the cold air is coming from the sea, it is called sea breeze. Okay, and this is sea breeze we will get it during the daytime. Okay, during when? That is in the daytime. Okay. Now let's see what is land breeze. Okay, the land breeze we will get it during the night time. Okay, during the night time, NIGHT. During night time, again what happens? Since the land is getting heated first during the day, in the night time also the land will get colder first. This is land, again this is what? It is sea, suppose. Okay, now which is getting colder first? The land. This land is what? It is cold night time. Okay, and the sea is what? It is hot. Now the hot air in the sea it will rise up, and the cold air from the land it will come to the sea. Okay, hot air will go, it will rise up, and the cold air will come to the sea. Okay, so in this way during the night time what happens? We get cold air from the land. Okay, so that is why it is called what? Land breeze. Okay, in this diagram we can see here, see, this is for daytime and this is for night time. Okay, in the daytime we get what? We get sea breeze. Okay, daytime we get sea breeze and night time we get land breeze. Okay, so sea breeze is what? The cold air it comes from the sea towards the land, and during night time the cold air it comes from the land towards the sea, so it is called land breeze. Okay, so this cycle is shown here. How the cold during daytime, how the cold air it comes from the sea to the land, and the hot air from the land it goes to the, it rises up and goes to the sea. Okay, same, just the opposite. During night time what happens? The hot air from the sea it rises up and goes towards the land, and the cold air from the land it comes towards the sea. Okay, it is shown in this diagram. Now let's say what is radiation. Okay, radiation, for that we need to know this. When we come out in the sun we feel what? We feel warm. How does the heat from the sun reaches us? How the heat from the sun is reaching to our body? How we are feeling warm? So let's say it cannot reach us by conduction or convection. So the reaching of heat from the sun to our body, it is not taking place because of conduction or convection. Okay, so if it is not conduction or convection, then what process is taking place here? Okay, so let's see, for the transfer of heat from the sun we do not need any medium. Okay, medium means what? Air is also one medium, water is also one medium, but for the transfer of heat from the sun we do not need any of those medium. That means we don't need any air nor we need any water. Okay, but even if there is medium we can get the heat from the sun. Okay, but it is not necessary that there must be air or there must be water. Okay, so since, see, in the space, okay, in the space between the earth and the sun, okay, there is no air. In most part of the space there is no air, but still the heat from the sun is reaching the earth. Okay, so let's see how. So from the sun the heat comes to us by another process which is known as radiation. Okay, so the heat, the transfer of heat from the sun to our body or to the earth is because of what? Because of the radiation. And for radiation we do not need any medium. Okay, we do not need any medium for radiation. Okay, and radiation, it is not taking place only from sun to our body or to the earth. The radiation it may take place in any object. Okay, suppose we are getting heat in our body. Okay, again the heat which we are getting, it may be absorbed by our body. Some of them will be absorbed, some of them will be reflected. That means we will return it back. Okay, we will return it back. So that returning back of the heat is called what? It is called radiation. Okay, we are radiating the heat back to the surrounding. Okay, in this way the transfer of heat take place, and this process is called what? Radiation. Now let's see what type of objects or what type of things will radiate heat. Okay, so here all hot bodies radiate heat. When this heat falls on some object, a part of it is reflected, a part of it is absorbed, and a part of it may be transmitted. So those heat which we are getting from the sun or from any source of light, okay, source of heat, if we are getting heat, then those heat, they may be what? They may be absorbed by the object, or they may be reflected by the object, or they may be transmitted. Okay, so now let's see summer and winter. What type of clothes we wear in summer and in winter? Okay, so in summer season we prefer wearing what? We prefer wearing light color clothes, and in winter we usually wear dark color clothes. And the reason why do we wear light colored clothes in summer, and in winter why do we wear dark color clothes? The reason is, in summer light colored clothes, they what? They reflect heat. Okay, they reflect heat easily. Okay, whatever heat is reaching to the light colored cloth to our body, those heat will get reflected, so we will feel more comfortable and cold in summer. Okay, because the heat is getting reflected. But in winter we wear dark color clothes. Why? Because dark color clothes like black, dark purple, dark brown, all these colors are what? They will absorb heat. Okay, they absorb heat. And so what? During winter we feel very cold, since the weather is cold, and if we are wearing dark color clothes, those clothes will absorb heat. Yes, and those heat we will get in our body and we will feel warm. So we feel comfortable in winter wearing dark color clothes. Okay, and also we wear woolen clothes in the winter season. So why do we wear woolen clothes? Okay, the reason is, the woolen clothes, they are thick, and also the wool is what? It is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, it is poor conductor of heat. That means the wool, it will not allow heat to get transferred. Okay, so suppose if we are wearing woolen clothes, yeah, normally our body has heat, so the heat from our body, if we are wearing woolen clothes, the heat from our body, it will not be able to come out of the body, because we are wearing the woolen sweaters. Yes, those woolen sweaters, they will keep the heat inside of the sweater, so the heat will remain in contact with our body, so we feel warm. Okay, that is why we wear woolen clothes. And so what? Woolen wools are what? They are poor conductor of heat, because they will not allow the heat to get transferred to the surrounding. Okay, so these are the reasons. So with this we have completed this lesson. Thank you.